Hi there, good morning. So today I wanted to talk about the information that goes into a lease. We do a lot of commercial leases, and there's a lot of information that you need to include in a lease to make sure that it's legally binding and that it works for all the parties. So the first thing you've got to do is really work out what is the agreement between the parties. So things like the rent, the length of the term, the permitted use, whether there's any option periods, what special terms, who's going to be responsible for maintenance. All those things need to go into a lease, and you need to have a lot of those details kind of squared away so that a lease can be properly drafted. Because what you want to make sure is that the landlord and tenant, they can agree to most things, but if there's any disagreement, I like to think of any agreement as in terms of a disagreement. What happens if there's a disagreement? So, a lease is generally, a commercial lease is generally around 20 pages, sometimes a little bit longer, with all its terms. Retail shop ones are a little bit longer. What you want to make sure is that they're covering off on all of those terms, what actually has been agreed. So, a lot of the time, that you'll have people talk about a standard lease. There's no such thing as a standard lease. There is a commercial tenancy agreement from the REIQ, but most people most lawyers and agents will modify those terms and conditions. So you want to look at other things which include what happens at the end of the lease. So what responsibilities are. I had one just yesterday where an agent was querying, what the tenant's responsibilities were at the end of the lease. It's documented in the lease, and you need to look at all of those things. You need to deal with who's going to maintain the property, who's going to maintain different things like air conditioning units. That they're a potent source of disputes. Who's going to maintain and whether or not it's maintenance or whether it's a capital issue. The whole thing needs to be removed. If there's roller doors, if there's fire extinguishers, who's going to maintain what? That all needs to be set out carefully in the lease so that if there is a dispute down the track, the parties know exactly who's got to do what. So that's what's got to go into a lease. There's a lot of information, and you need to get it right. Because ultimately the lease is the document that will define the relationship between the parties. So we want to make sure that we get that right. All right. Have a great day. Bye.